Welcome to First and Goal, where everything is made up and the points don't matter. Get ready for the latest and hottest topics in the SML. Let's get started. Here's your host, Mad Bomber.
Let's do this.
What's going on, SML? Episode of First and Goal. QP in his first season back. He's already on First and Goal. Tiny at the top of the screen, and somewhere in there is Woods. All right, guys, we're going to get this started. QP's actually waiting to start his game with Doink, so we're going to jump right into it. First down, we'll start with you, Q. Early thoughts on the new patch. I don't know if you've even gotten to play it. You're about to start your first game.
Yeah, I actually have not gotten to play a single game yet of the patch. So all I know is what everybody has been complaining about, which is no defense. You can't do anything on defense, can't stop anything. Personally, I feel like, well, I can't run the ball, so I feel like you could still play a little bit of run defense, but right now it's impossible to stop a drag, slant, seam from the slot type of play. So I can't speak. Unfortunately, I can't speak on the new patch yet. I'll be able to tell you after today.
All right. Tiny, what do you think?
Honestly, I'm in the same boat. I played my last game like literally the night before it came out the next morning. So everybody keeps talking about they're saying pass rush should be at least somewhat back. That kind of worries me a little bit because I still get sacked quite a bit right now as it is, and I like having plenty of time back there because everybody knows I like to throw picks, so I need all the time I can get. But yeah, I mean, I kind of echo what Q said. I mean, from what's happened in the past is like the underneath stuff is so annoying. The drags, it's just almost impossible to stop. So hopefully it's helped out a little bit on defense, but
All right.
we'll
Woods,
see. I'll play my game tonight as well.
Woods, we played a game. What do you think?
Pass rush is back for dominant pass rushers. Myles Garrett was disruptive all game. And in my game against NYT drags, all the underneath stuff is there. I won the game on a drag. Hines Allen didn't have 5 sacks again, but he was disruptive when it counted. I don't think he had a sack. He did. I can say that he's a 91 overall, and Decker for the Titans is a 90 overall, so they kind of canceled each other out. Walker had a bit of a good game, but so far, I'll say the patch is okay. I'd like to see guys, Aiden Hutchinson, Chop Robinson. I'd like to see those guys play, and Myles Garrett to see exactly if it's that real or not.
Yeah, I felt
I like to see Myles Garrett, go against a 80 overall left tackle and see what happens there.
I felt it was a little better, but I see some of these scores. Maybe it's not that much better. There was a couple 50-point games.
Yeah, there's a lot of 50 burgers.
Yeah. All right, so Tiny, second down. All the new coach abilities. Some have XP. Some give you the attribute bumps. Some just say increased, whatever. What's your strategy for picking them each week?
All right, so I'll be honest here. I haven't really dove in a whole lot until about a week ago. Really started looking.
That's good. We're
at what works. At what works here, and like what actually does what helps with XP, blah blah blah, all that. So I just now got the one ability to where I can get the 3 extra focus players. So that's going to help with training. It's going to make it more annoying in the training camp, I guess. But I definitely want to make sure that I'm able to train some more people. That's the main thing I want to do because this team is old as dirt. So I'm trying to get some young guys up there trained up. But as of now, I've just been kind of rolling with what I've got and trying to get some other attributes if I can stop getting 5 points a game because I'm throwing 6 picks. So,
all right, Woods, what about you? What are you doing?
I usually stick to or try to stick to the same. Was it 5? Yeah, I've got 5 now. The guys the one that gives you the extra focus players. Mm-hmm. The Island Kings, inside stuff, which I'm starting to think doesn't work. I got the other 2.
So you're going more for the attribute increases, or
the attribute increases, and because I can't stop Well, I do have pretty decent pass defense, but the run, everybody just runs up the middle, and that gets frustrating. But I tend to go more attribute based. I've been told they don't really work, but
Makes
I'll
sense.
still keep that going until the season's over to see it. I'll be the deciding factor. You know.
All right. What about you, Q? I know you just jumped into this edition of Madden.
Yeah, I actually picked this is a bad first and goal for me to be on with these topics because I don't know anything about anything. I actually have no idea what I'm doing with these with the goals or whatever. I just picked what I like so far. I've just picked what I know and what feels familiar for me. One is the three focus players. I saw that right away and I picked it because I was like, okay, why would I not? Same thing as Tiny. I have an old ass team who's already really, really. My old players are really good, but my young players are non-existent. So I'm just trying to dev anything I can. The other one that I pick is like play sheets. I think I don't know anything about the play sheets, but I run 4-3, and my play sheet thing is 4-3 play sheet. So I was like, okay, I recognize that. I'll click that as well. And then my other one is some BS disengage blocker.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I can't tell you what these sheets are for. I need to talk to my father, Dan. I think Tug has his ear a little bit more than I do right now, or at least that's what the streets are saying. And so
I
I
think
need
Dan
to.
actually has Tug by the ear, so I don't know if I'm not sure.
He's tugging him by the ear, is what
Yeah.
he is. No pun intended. And so I need to hop in Dan's DMs and talk to him because I am lost when it comes to the play sheets right now.
All right. So
And I don't even know what the. Yeah, I don't know. I just pick what I'm familiar with. That's my answer for that.
okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't even know if the XP bumps are even worth it. I think it's like 40% is the max on training, so you get like an extra 40 XP. That's
I don't think I've seen that one.
it's one that's got like the position and then like some squiggly lines underneath it. It doesn't, I don't think, do much.
Yeah.
Third down. So Woods, we'll start with you. How do you pick your focus players? Do you go for the dev bumps, ability thresholds, like if you already got a superstar, or just young guys no matter what?
I'll go one. I'm sorry, I'll go two for dev bumps and then young guys the rest of the way because usually when I draft, it's only 4 good players I want to focus on anyway, which is maybe a mistake. Sometimes I'll throw like Trayvon Walker. I've thrown him in there. He's 24 or 25 at this point. But usually I'll go 2 for dev bumps and my young guys for the other 4 slots.
Okay, so you do a mix. What about you, Q?
Yeah.
Typically, so because it's kind of a fresh off season. I didn't get a full off season, I would say, for myself. I did, but I really didn't, in my opinion. So usually what I do is I always do my rookies. Whoever I draft, I just dev those guys every time. So right now I have 3 of my rookies that I drafted that I feel confident that I had scouted. And then typically what I'll do is if it's not a rookie, it'll be like a star young player. Like if I had Rashee Rice on a contract, I would be doing like something like him, using him. But right now I'm using like my 24-year-old safety. Anybody that I could try. I use like one to try to get a superstar dev, and then the other one's for rookies just to try to get better because I need to better my roster.
Okay. Tiny, what about you? I know you said your roster's really old.
Yeah, similar to what Q was saying, man. It's like you normally 2 guys for sure that are rookies that I really looked at in the draft that I've got high hopes for. I'm always going to dev them, and then usually like another random guy that I'm just kind of hoping will pick up the slack on where I have like a bad position group, and then usually like a good example I can think in my head of a guy that I tried to dev for 6 years was like Deonte Banks when I had the Giants, where he was star forever, excellent player, stayed star the whole time, unfortunately. But like that's somebody you're hoping that once they get up into the 90s, you're like, man, if they just hit this dev bump and get a superstar, I can get some killer abilities. Maybe you never know with Madden, but usually try to keep 1 or 2 guys in that part, but usually always going to have the 2 or 3 rookies, and then every draft usually put that at least 1 top tier guy in there and flush somebody out of the 6.
All right.
I always do O line as well. I should have mentioned that. Maybe I'm like one of the only guys. I
never
draft
do.
I draft the
Never.
O line, or like right now I got Josh Simmons who's like 23. So I'm just deving him up like as one of my guys. I always do O line. Actually, I should have said that. No matter what, one of my positions are always O line. Last year I was doing 3 O line drills out of my 6.
Oh, geez.
So
Okay.
last cycle, I mean.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, so
Yeah, we got
we'll
two
start with your
line
Q
guys.
for fourth down. Outside of speed, do you think anything matters for wide receiver? We're looking at like the top yardage guys, and it's all speed guys, tight ends. You have to go pretty far down the list before you find like Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
You think anything else matters?
I think that good passers, that other stuff matters. I think that right now, if you were to look, I would say the top four probably have 2 or 3 tight ends. I would assume on losing records. I think typically when you see stats and a tight end is in the top of the stats or a couple tight ends, they're usually, and I'm not trying to offend anybody. I like everybody, but it's usually a bad passer. Bad passers favor tight ends most. And typically tight ends that have like 1,200 yards and 80 catches, and the next guy on their team has like 45, it's usually a bad passer. So I think that what we're seeing right now is guys are just targeting their easiest player to throw to. I think speed, obviously, throw a drag route. It's hard to guard a 98 speed drag compared to 90 speed drag. Same thing with a tight end. It's hard to guard a 87 speed tight end on a drag or on a corner route or something like that, as opposed to a 82 speed. So I think it's a mix of losing makes you pass a little bit more. So maybe you're not seeing a guy like Prime have Jamison Williams at the top. And you might see a guy like the Vikings guy has maybe one of his guys, or I know Gutta is a tight end heavy. Gutta will throw to the tight end until he's dead. But Gutta's not a good passer. So you got things like this that play a factor, and I think for me it doesn't matter. I don't like speed. Xavier Worthy, I can't do shit with him. I can't do anything with him. I like Rashee Rice. I think if you can move your stick a little bit, you got a little bit of wiggle with your thumbs. Just get it to an open guy.
All right, Tiny, what do you think? I know you usually go for a speed guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, I'm probably a little biased on this one, but honestly, I've noticed there's 2 weeks where I just got absolutely destroyed, which I knew this in the back of my head already to begin with, but like that speed can really be a curse on you, right? Like you start thinking, oh, I got single coverage out there, but if it's a good corner on him, it doesn't matter if I got Scary Terry out there. He's going to stay on him, especially this Madden, it seems like.
Yeah.
So that being said, the tight ends out there, kind of like what you said, it's always a safety valve, right? Like these guys can hit them on a stick route or a curl route or a drag, right? And especially a good tight end that has a little bit of speed. And I noticed, you want to bring out Faz's thing here about pursuit angles, but man, the fast guys on drags, your defender just has no chance. They're going to go run right around you and get up the sideline and get at least 10, 12 yards every time, just about, it seems like. But I think the better passers obviously can do more with good receivers like the Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, guys that have good attributes but aren't necessarily fast, like 90, 92 speed, something like that, because they know, what to do and what attributes really matter with these receivers and their route running. Me, I'm not a good passer. Everybody knows that. So if I see single coverage on the outside and somebody presses up, 75% of the time, I'm probably going to stay back as long as I can and throw a ball as far as I can and hope Scary Terry gets under. Everybody that's played me several times knows that. I'm not a good passer. So that's just the way I am with that. And I don't know what attributes really work well with these receivers out there. So like I could have a good receiver like Jamar Chase, but he's probably not going to do much for me because I don't know how to utilize him as best as he needs to be.
All right. And Woods, what do you think? You got Brian Thomas Jr. over there. You're kind of set with the speed.
Yeah, I as a guy that's trying to trade for Drake London in the offseason, I still think speed matters, but I think the game kind of heavily favors those route running guys with good route running and good release. Because like you said, I mean the good passes they'll make anybody look good. So I mean 88 speed, 90 speed, 91 speed, those guys can still be up there. But yeah, speed kills, and I can attest to it. Thomas is always my first read whenever I'm passing because it's a good luxury to have because you never know he'll be gone in a minute. I don't know if he caught a touchdown in our game, but I mean I'm always looking for him no matter what. So speed can be a detriment and it can also be an advantage. But if you're always looking for that speed guy, like Tiny said as well, those guys are getting covered now, especially by a good corner. So it doesn't matter. Those guys are usually kind of be in front, but with the way Madden is now, you can kind of back shoulder or the short throw it, and those guys will get underneath and still catch it anyway.
All right.
Yeah. I actually, yeah, I agree. I think having Xavier Worthy, I'm probably being a little bit dishonest because I have this Xavier Worthy. So if I didn't have him, maybe defenses would play me a little bit different.
That's true.
So I can't. So I do have to be realistic and say that, yeah, I just because I don't use, like Tiny said, maybe because I don't know how to use him as well as maybe somebody else knows how to use a 98 speed or 99 speed guy, doesn't mean that he's not, taking up the attention of the other guy on the other side of the defense. So
Yeah, that's true too.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I thought about
that's a
that.
good point. I would like to, because and that's one thing that I use, even just throwing those bombs with Terry McLaurin. Like, you're going to keep your defense honest at that
Yeah,
point. So
just
it's
to
going to
keep
open
you
up other
honest.
things.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
Yeah, those speed guys, they do draw attention. I mean, Travis gets a lot of catches because of Brian Thomas, so
Yeah.
I'll take that.
All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. We've got Tiny with 58, Woods with 59, and Q said this wouldn't be his episode, but he's got 60, and Q, these 10 seconds are all yours.
All righty, hey, I appreciate the force win that you just gave me. I should have took a force win against Doink. Doink, you hear me? I'm coming for your ass right now. Boot up. Let's go. I'm coming for you.
All right, you heard it
Nice.
here. First and goal. Thanks for being on, guys.
Thanks for listening to First and Goal. Be sure to check out Mad Bomber TV on Twitch and YouTube for the latest from the SML. And we'll see you next time on First and Goal.